Hi guys, I'm Leanne. I'm here to do an unboxing and a quick review of the webcam Logitech C920. And if you don't care about the unboxing and you just want to see the camera working, you can skip to here. And if you do, just keep watching. Bear with me, this is my first video ever, so there's going to be some hiccups, and English is also not my first language, so forgive me. But okay, right now I'm using my cell phone as the webcam, so not the optimal choice, but hopefully, at least for this purpose, it will do until we get the webcam. So here's the box. I still haven't opened it. I have this to help me out. I usually open these with scissors, so this is definitely a lot easier. I'm just gonna take out this thing and should probably make it a lot faster. Okay, so here it is. Dun-dun-dun. Some air bags thingies, so it won't be destroyed in the mail. Ta-da! Okay, let's take this away. So this is the camera. It came in a little bag for some reason. Okay, here it is. It's quite pretty. So this was actually a gift from a friend, and it's a webcam I've been wanting for a long time, like months. And how do I open this? Okay. And I was kind of wondering if I really should buy it because I had my cell phone and technically I could use it as a webcam, but it failed so horribly when I tried. So after months of trying to save, a friend just went ahead and bought it for me before the price went even higher, because prices here in Brazil are getting crazy. Okay. Open. I'm terrible at opening this. Okay, so here is the camera. Here. As you can see, it's pretty big actually for a webcam. And it's HD as far as I know. Yep. It's Logitech HD Pro webcam. It has fluid crystal technology and 15 megapixels, and it records in full HD. So I'm going to, as you can see, it also came with a little manual for setting it up and hooking it up to your screen. And I'm going to do this now. I won't like do it step by step here for you because it failed terribly at recording it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do it, and I'll come back and show you guys when it's hooked up. If you can see, there's like this hole for you using it with a tripod, so that's pretty cool. And it's kind of glued here. Hang on. There's a protective plastic here. I'm just gonna probably fast forward this. Oh, no. Okay, I got it. Okay. So I'm just gonna go. This part here, it opens. See? So you can hook it up to your screen like this. And this part for hooking it up to a tripod. So I'm gonna go put it on my computer and you guys will see the quality in a minute. Okay guys, so this is how the camera looks from behind. Um, there was also this extra fold here that is used to keep the camera in place. So right here is the camera from the front, hooked up to my monitor, and I can rotate it vertically, so it'll be at the right angle. And I'm going to just switch it up to the webcam video now. What you are seeing now is the video and audio coming straight from the Logitech C920 without any kind of video editing or external microphones whatsoever. And it works, the video worked straight from the plug and play, but I had some audio issues. So I basically had to go to the Logitech website and download their software to make sure everything was working correctly. And these are the default settings, and I think it looks pretty good actually. I have just one light on, and so it's not particularly bright environment, and it's still, my skin looks really natural. We have a slight flicker going on. I'm not sure if you guys are noticing, but I think we can fix this when we go to the settings. So what I'm going to show you guys, look, it's not laggy. This is actually one of the reasons why I chose the Logitech camera, is that compared to the Microsoft ones, it seems to have a much better response. It gets a little blurry, of course, but it's actually pretty fluid in the movements. So I'm going to show you guys the software. This is the main software. You have quick capture to take pictures and record videos, and the gallery. Motion detection is a pretty cool feature of this webcam that the other Logitechs, the lower ones like the C520, I think, and the others don't have, is that you can make it record only if it captures movement. So if you need to use it for security reasons, like to know if someone is getting into your room, then this is great for it. I'm not going to show you right now because the camera is in use, so I can't use it, but I'm going to show you the controls. If I click on the webcam controller, I get this little screen, and it has bright sound, bright light, and autofocus. Everything is on by default. And what I can do here is basically, if I turn off right sound, for example, this camera has stereo microphones, and it has some noise cancelling going on. So if I turn off right sound, I hope you guys can hear it. I'm not sure if it's going to work, but by turning this off, you can hear a lot of my noisy computer, and it's not as muffled, I think, the sound, but you get this voo going on, which isn't pleasant. So I'm going to turn right sound back on. Right light basically makes sure light and everything work better and looks more natural, but even by turning it off, I think right now I'm not noticing any kind of difference. And here is the zoom. If you click here, you can control basically where you want it, how far you want it to zoom on. Of course, the quality gets a little worse, but you can shift the camera to what you want to focus on. I'm going to just go back to the default, and as you can see, it's a wide range camera. So if you have like, I could have like 3 more people here next to me, and we would all be showing on the camera without any problems. I think it's pretty good. And if you don't want people to show you, just zoom and it will be fine. But for now, I'm going to show everything. So if you click on the, oh yeah, this is here, is the macro, because it has 20 steps of autofocus. So if I turn off
this and try to get really close to the camera, it gets a little blurry. But if I see, this is, I think I got actually really close. You can see my hand pretty well. And if I just, it's actually a lot closer than I figured. And it's just mess with it. Look at this. This is the maximum, I think. Crazy. Look, now I'm completely blurry, of course, but autofocus is off if I turn it on, and I'm back in focus. So it's pretty good to focus. Sometimes I may need to. Okay, not that good. Just because I'm complimenting you, Logitech. Okay, we're back. So I went ahead and got some plushies, like tiny ones, just so you guys can have a look of how well the macro works on this camera. It's pretty impressive. I'm going to turn off the autofocus right now, and I'm going to let blurry, but as I get closer, it's going to be less blurry. So this is not even the maximum of the macro, and you can see a lot of details. So now it's on max, and I can get pretty close. It's crazy, right? And this is the little mushroom from Mario. Look at this. It's not even a big type of fur here going on, and you get a lot of details anyway. So I'd say I'm impressed. What else can we show you? Okay, the advanced settings. If you click here on the advanced settings, you go to this window, and here you have the same setting as before on the first page, and these settings, which I can, if I turn off, I can't really because red light is on, so if I turn off red light, I get to turn off auto on white balance and everything else. I have the anti-flicker, which is, I can turn it off or I can to reduce the flicker. I think if I lower down the exposure, you guys will notice, maybe not. No, it's not really visible, but the light flicker that was going on can sometimes be fixed by altering the exposure. But apparently it's not doing a lot of difference, so I'm just gonna leave it to 16. And what you can do here is you can make the image look warmer, or you can make it look a lot cooler. You can make it look more saturated. Look at my lips, they're like pink right now. I'm not wearing any lipstick, so it looks like I am. Look, if I turn on white balance on again, I look like really flushed. I'm not, so the color intensity, or I can look like gray. I look good in gray. Okay, black and white is it? No, okay. I can mess with the contrast if I want to be like do a really dark shot and look creepy. I can do this. Let me turn on this. I can mess with the brightness. I think this is pretty basic. And gain. Good. Since I like the default settings, I'm just going to restore it to default. Okay, here it is. I might just decrease the gain a little, because I don't need to be so bright. Maybe, no. See, if I decrease the exposure, now you guys can see. You see this flicker? Especially if I turn off the anti-flicker on. So by increasing the exposure a little, I can make this disappear. I think it did, right? Okay. So these are basically the settings. See, this is what bright light is. And it compensates pretty decently, I think, with the light conditions. Right now I have just the main light on. Let me turn it off. So this is just my window light, and you guys can see me pretty well, and my colors are so natural. I think it got a little noisy, but overall I think it's still pretty good. And if I turn this backlight on, it's a yellow light, so it tries to compensate to that. And if I turn on the other one as well, it'll just do a pretty decent job at trying to compensate everything. So I'm going to turn this off, and as you can see, it deals pretty well in low light conditions. So right now I'm going to stop the video to show you the motion detection feature.
So here it is, the motion detection feature that comes with the webcam. You just click right here and it opens. Here, now you guys can see me again. Just gonna put this over. Here you have the controls, which we are already familiar with, but there's also this thing I haven't introduced, which is the follow my face feature. Basically, it does exactly what it says. It zooms in. As you guys can see, I switched to an external microphone. It looks ugly, but hopefully the audio will be a little higher right now, so I won't have to speak so loud for it to capture. Okay, I'm going beyond the range of the webcam here, but if I go down, it actually tries to follow me, no matter where I go. It's great for doing, like, if I want to do an effect, it will try its best to focus. So it's kind of fun to play around with, and useful if you want to capture someone's face, and only their face. I'm going to turn it off now and show you the motion options. What it does here, my head is a little high. It only records something if it notices a certain range of movement. So, for example, since it's pretty high right now, this type of movement isn't enough to make it record. See? I'd have to make a much more drastic movement for it to record. So if I turn this on, as you can see, nothing is appearing here, nothing is recording. But if I do something a lot, see, now it's recording because I'm moving beyond the measure, and it will record, according to the settings, 1 minute while I'm moving. If I stop moving, it stopped recording. So you do see, now it's recording because this is the recording, which is a bit of redundant, so I'm not going to show here. You can delete it, which is what I'll do. Why is this useful? Because if you have pets, or you have your webcam facing a window and you have the winds blowing the leaves, then you don't want to have like a lot of space of recordings eating away your hard drive when it's nothing important. It's just the wind blowing. And for that reason, you adjust the motion sensitivity according to your tastes. So if someone gets into your room and that's your purpose, or if you want to see your baby only when it's moving, I don't know what might be your reason to use motion detection, then you can adjust accordingly. This is to timestamp the video so you know when exactly it happened. This is to record audio along with the video. And the recording light indication here is if you want to be really stealthy. This camera, when it's usually recording, it turns on 2 blue lights, which I'm going to show you somewhere here. Only when it's recording, so you always know when it's recording. But if you turn this off, then you can't know the camera is recording. So you can actually record movement in your room without anyone being aware. So it's pretty interesting. I prefer to leave it on because I'm a little paranoid, and what if the camera turns on for some reason? I don't know. I'd rather keep it on so I know, because I don't want to lie. You can also schedule a motion capture for an exact time and date, which is pretty useful, I guess.
This was the small review on the Logitech C920. I hope you guys enjoyed it and that you got a notion of how it works and if you really want to buy it or not. And I'm back to the Logitech audio right now, so what you're hearing is again the webcam audio. And thank you so much for the friend who got me the webcam. I'm really pleased, and I recommend it to anyone who wants a webcam because I have really bad experiences with webcams in the past. It was always webcams who were announced to be really good and were really bad. So I can't complain right now. I'm really happy, and now I can do streams. So if you're interested in gaming streams or art streams or even reviews, keep on posted on the channel and you'll be seeing a lot of them soon. Bye bye.